It's easy to see why Junkrat gets a lot of hate, because... What? One thing that I really don't like is that people compare Junkrat to Hanzo because all they do is just spam down a corridor and get a random kill. The difference is though, Junkrat can have different playstyles, and that's what I want to talk about today. Hanzo can only shoot the bad guy, Junkrat can play in other different ways, although luck is still a big impact. To prove Junkrat is extremely misunderstood, I'm going to start with a gameplay style that's the complete opposite from Spamrat. The Precision Airstrike playstyle is completely different from Spamrat. It actually takes a lot of skill. The Precision Airstrike is one of the most fun, yet dangerous playstyles Junkrat can have. First we'll talk about the pros, then the cons. Firstly, the movement is fun and extremely easy to do. The combo is satisfying and it isn't easy to do, which means it's actually a respectable playstyle. The biggest downside to playing like this is that you're an easy target to be shot down by really anyone. Into my web. So to summarize, not only is it extremely dangerous because you're left in the open half the time, but you also have to calculate the drop of the concussion mine and your primary fire and line it up. I think doing all of that takes a lot more skill than whatever this is. What should you do if you're not confident about the angle you're taking or you don't think you can land the one-shot combo? Well, the next gameplay style covers that. Introducing Plan B. In this clip I'm targeting the Ashe as she starts to move to her left, then stops in place and moves back to her right. At this point I'm getting too low to the ground and I'm losing track of where the Ashe is going to start moving. This is where the Precision Airstrike starts to form into Plan B. The cool thing about Plan B is that it's a backup plan, which means if you fuck up the airstrike, it transitions into Plan B, but Plan B can be Plan A. Using Plan B as Plan A is very dangerous because all it's saying is that I'm going to jump into their backline and hopefully get a kill, and if I don't get a kill, I might have just thrown the game. Also, for some reason, it takes people like 4 times to die to Plan B to realize what you're doing, so you can easily win like 3 team fights before they start to counter you. Because the Precision Airstrike and Plan B do take a bit of skill, it doesn't feel like you've been robbed when you die to it, unlike getting randomly headshot by a Hanzo arrow.
This beat is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky.
Now, this next gameplay style is, controversial. This is like my guilty pleasure on Junkrat. Walking up behind someone and instantly exploding them is probably bad for the game, but it's so satisfying. When I first started playing Overwatch, I thought Junkrat was the most annoying character in the game. It always felt like no matter where I was gonna walk into one of his shots and die. But naturally, just as I played Overwatch more and more, I learned where to walk and where not to go when they had a Junkrat. So when you die and combust because Junkrat one-shotted you, you'll understand what to do next time. If the enemy Junkrat is suspiciously not shooting a lot, he's probably sneaking up behind you. And that's why I think dying to a stray Hanzo arrow or an overclocked Sojourn is more annoying than dying to a Junkrat. There is no learning process to fight against a Sojourn or a Hanzo. New players already know that these characters are just gonna one-shot you. There's no learning curve, it's just try and survive. So exploding to Junkrat does feel unfair until you realize it's just a learning curve and is infinitely more fair than this. Just a quick update, if my voice sounds like a tryhard e-boy TikToker, that's because my throat is sore as fuck. I've been inhaling sawdust, so if I speak like this or something and I don't have a lot of flavor to the way I'm talking, it's because it puts no stress on my vocal cords, I guess. I'm not trying to be a cool TikToker, you know what I mean? I hope you're starting to see what I mean by Junkrat gets too much hate for what he does. All the cool things that Junkrat can do, like all the gameplay styles I was talking about, get overshadowed by spam rats or just unlucky kills. If you find yourself walking into Junkrat shots all the time and dying to spam rat, just remember, he's firing his shots where he thinks you're going. Junkrat's primary fire is very noticeable. You can see when he's spamming his shots. Unlike a Hanzo arrow where you might not know where he's shooting or looking at, you can tell where Junkrat is looking. And you can use that information to avoid where Junkrat's gonna shoot. And if you're at a lower rank, just so you know, most Junkrat players that are considered good are just the ones spamming. So when you take the precautions to stop walking into that spam, that person has no more value. And because of that, now Junkrat has to evolve and adapt into a character that can actually do more than spam. Think about it like this, Junkrat spam's only effective because you're making it effective. Unlike a Hanzo arrow, which is always unpredictable and always unfair to fight against. Alright, it feels like someone's rubbing sandpaper down my throat. Horrible visual, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna try and wrap this up and talk about his personality and character. Junkrat isn't supposed to be a very complex character. He's supposed to be the crazy, loud one that everyone thinks is dumb. But then, like, the crazy plot twist is that he's the smartest one in the room and he's actually a genius. And that's why he works really well with a character like Roadhog, who's the big, quiet character, and Junkrat's the small, loud character. His stereotypes are nowhere near as egregious as Junker Queen's, but it's still a little bit, you know, like, he puts on the accent a bit, you know what I mean? In my Junker Queen video, I talked about how she's a walking stereotype, and everyone kept saying, well, they live in a Mad Max type of world. And I think that really just shows how uninformed some people can be. Because the equivalent to that would be, how come everyone in Fallout 4 or Fallout whatever doesn't speak like an American Southerner? That's the equivalent. But, at the end of the day, Junkrat's just a fun overall character, nothing too serious. Alright, thanks for watching and bearing through this fucking mess of a video. I'm not gonna lie, after about the second playstyle, my voice just fucking died, and if you couldn't tell, the start of my sentences would start off strong, but my throat would get dry and sore, and then my voice would get lower, and then my microphone would stop picking it up. It was just a fucking nightmare. I think I've contracted mega death AIDS or something. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. The last two videos, meaning my Baptiste one and this one, haven't been the quality I wanted because my life has been very busy, IRL. Nothing bad, just, you know, busy, lots of work and stuff. So I do apologize for that, not only inconsistent video lengths and stuff like, but just inconsistent quality, you know? But on the bright side, I'm thinking of starting a new video series, which is gonna be really good. Actually, it's a bad idea because you should be a YouTube lapdog and do the same thing over and over again and get consistent views and blah blah blah. So this might be just a career sewer, you know, I don't think I should say it, but you know what I mean. What makes it even worse, however, is that it's not an Overwatch series as well. It's going to be something different, which means I'm going to get like no views and it's just going to kill my channel. But you know what? I'm just going to have fun, you know? The thing is though about this series is that I can guarantee that at least one person will have a 50-50% chance to enjoy the video. So I know, sounds very exciting, hyping it up. But basically what it's going to be is that, I'll explain it probably next week. I kind of want to start it at the end of this month, but I might explain it to you maybe next video. Or make a whole separate video, like an announcement. Who knows, but it's going to be game specific. Like almost like a game review, but the thing is it's not going to be like, it's not going to be like new updated games. Like, if GTA 6 came out, I'm not going to do it. It's going to be nostalgic games that I haven't played, because I grew up playing multiplayer games, because I didn't grow up getting any game I wanted. I had to get value from my games, which meant I usually just played the same COD over and over again. So I missed out on all those big single player games that everyone likes, like Dishonored and Bioshock and stuff like that. So it'll be a bit of nostalgia bait is what I'm aiming for, but also I can play anything, because I usually only play FPSs, right? But fucking RPGs, I'll try it. Racing games, I'll try it, you know. And that's the kind of thing I'm going to be doing. I want to be trying games that I've missed out on all my life because, you know, I grew up only playing a few set of games. And that's what I mean by maybe some people will like it, because one lucky viewer will get picked for the game that I play, well, slash whoever gets the most likes, whatever. But the reason that it could be a 50-50 if they like it is because who knows, I might just be shitting on their favorite game that makes them nostalgic, so whatever. Anyway, that's my plan. I do want to just mix it up for my own sanity as well, because making Overwatch content is very unhealthy for you if you're not just ripping gameplay videos straight from like your stream or something and making creative, unique content for Overwatch. You will fry your brain, and my brain is fried and my voice is fried. So I need some sort of break, just from Overwatch in general, and I'm definitely not stopping. In fact, I think I've got like maybe a Ramatra or Diva video in the works. Hopefully it's going to be much better than the last couple videos lately. But besides that, I'm really excited for this next series. Yeah, that's really about it. I hope my throat gets better because this shit where I'm starting a sentence and then it slowly droops out is fucking unacceptable. Like, I wanted to claw my eyes out every time I heard the playback and the audio just gets quiet. I wanted to just die. It's horrible. So I'm gonna take lots of medicines, lots of honey tea, and I'll see you guys later. And keep an eye out for maybe that video, and I'll go more in depth in the next series, or maybe I'll just talk about it. Just keep an eye out. I'm really excited for it, and someone will enjoy it. I guarantee one person will enjoy it, and that's why I'm gonna do it. It'll just be fun like that.